going to show you today how to make a coffee at the office if you haven't done this yet. So number one, we want to check the hopper to make sure there's coffee in there. And it's a little low, so I'm going to take this opportunity to add beans. So there should be coffee up here. If there isn't any coffee up here, then you can see Tori. Okay, a little bit heaping. This is called a doser cup. You stick the dose underneath, single or double. It's just timed, so if the grind is slightly different, if someone messes with this handle, you might not get the perfect amount. But I'm gonna hit a double. And right now it's timed, I think, for 9.5 seconds. Well, it shuts off. That should be enough for a double. I stick it on the portafilter, and I notice I grab the bottomless portafilter. There's also a standard one if you don't like crema. And you shake it, and this kind of partially tamps it. Take this off, it'll be easier to tamp. Take one of these tampers, tamp it. They say about 30 pounds of pressure. Do a little twist, and then put the leftovers in there. Now we come over to the machine. There's 2 group heads that you can choose. They both work exactly the same way. The only reason there's 2 is in case Sal and I want to get a coffee at the same time. Okay, it's sometimes a little hard to put on. Now, if it's too hard to put on, or if you can't get it on, it means that there's a little bit too much coffee in here. If there is a little too much coffee, you use this espresso scraper, and you basically stick it in, and we've kind of designed this to be the right height. And you give it a little twist, and the stuff that comes out, you can just throw right in there. And now it should be a lot easier to put that portafilter on. Boom, just like that, okay? So that's just there if you can't get the portafilter on. Now there's 4 buttons that we've programmed. These are all programmed for time. A single, a double, a half cup Americano, and a full cup or 8-ounce Americano. And it just means there's more water going through the espresso puck. So I'm gonna hit a double because I put the amount of espresso in for 2 shots or 2 ounces of espresso. And while that brews, I'm gonna get my dairy ready. You could use any of the dairy that we stock in the fridge. This is half and half. Now sometimes when you turn the steam valve on for the first time, it sprays you in the stomach. So I'm gonna take this rag and put it here, release a little steam, and now I'm ready to steam. This gets very hot. You wanna hold the rubber thing, stick it in, steam. There's no temperature sensor, so much of us just do it by sound. You notice the sound changes right there. You don't want the milk to boil. The target temperature is like 160, but that's pretty much what you want, is those bubbles. Now if you want to try to do latte art, you want to get rid of some of those big bubbles. And then see how my art does. It ran out. So my art looks more like a Picasso. There you go. Then the final step is to take the portafilter off, knock it in this knock box here. Don't worry that it makes noise. Nice and clean. That just gets put here. The rag that's hanging up here, if it's not wet, you can run it under the sink. Just wash that steam wand and give it a couple blasts. And that just gets rid of any milk that has capillary duct. This guy gets rinsed and put right here. Enjoy your coffee.